I'm here at the Dublin Castle with two members of the band Alaska, Frank and Ferdinand. Nice to meet you guys. Hi Ferdinand.
Nice to meet you, nice to be here.
And hi Frank.
Hey, nice meeting you, Art.
Welcome to Camden Town.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so your band from the Netherlands, were you formed in the Netherlands, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Amsterdam area.
Below sea level.
Below sea level.
Okay. And do you do a lot of gigs around that area as well as London?
Yeah, mainly in the Netherlands, a lot of shows coming up. We have one really nice one at a festival, Liberation Day. It's a big thing in the Netherlands, 5th of May.
Nice.
The big festival in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And we hope to get some festivals in the UK. Like Deershed Festival is one of those that we're aiming for.
Yes.
So yeah, good stuff coming up, really.
Yes. Oh. Have you just travelled over here today, or have you been here a few days?
We arrived yesterday. No, we arrived yesterday. Yeah. We slept on the ferry. Drank a little bit too much, but
Right.
it's been quite fun.
Right. Was it a steady crossing on the ferry? Or?
Yeah. No
Not too
storms,
bad.
whatever.
Oh,
Just a
right.
clear moon, sky,
Oh, that was
everything
good.
was great.
Excellent. And you're here tonight at the Dublin Castle. Is it your first visit to the Dublin Castle in Camden Town? Or?
Yeah, first time. Yeah, I've been to Camden before, but never Dublin Castle. It's kind of a legendary place.
It is. We've had a lot of great acts on here down the years. So
Yeah.
yes, I mean it's known as the home of madness, as you probably know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so-
That's crazy. We heard of Travis.
Travis, Fran Healy.
Yeah.
I'm a very big fan since I was like 11 years old of the band Travis. So
Okay.
for me, this is kind of a personal thing.
Yeah, no, it's a great place to play. Certainly, yes. And I believe that the band is very influenced by the 60s and 70s music. Is that correct?
Definitely, yeah.
The 70s are like the early 70s, most of the 60s definitely important sort of influence. But limiting it to that would be too narrow because obviously we live in the now.
Yeah.
So we always tend to use those influences but still give them twists to make sure that it's not. We don't like to repeat the past. So
Yes.
but those influences are definitely there because we think it's an important era in music where messages were still very important.
Yes. And any particular bands you're influenced by? You mentioned Travis there. Are there any other bands that you're very much influenced by? Or?
Well, I think as a band, I think Fleet Foxes is a very big band for us. Midlake, Sufjan Stevens, of course, and so on.
I think we all love the Beatles, for instance, but I mean,
Yes.
they're like not mentioning them would be. It's like the cliche, and like everyone loves. Who doesn't love the Beatles? I mean, but sound-wise, they're important. But the other bands are
Birds,
the Birds,
yeah.
all the classic ones as well.
Yes. Okay, and am I right? You're on your third album now,
Yeah, third record.
and your latest album is Plea for Peace. Is that right?
That's right. Correct.
Okay, great. And it's out already on the usual channels.
Yeah, it's out on Spotify, YouTube, on vinyl, on CD, on practically everything
All right.
except for cassette.
Right. So where can people get it? The usual places, sort of Amazon and so on.
Yeah, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it online on all the stores, and yeah, it's well distributed worldwide.
Yes. And what can fans expect from your new album compared to your first two? Is it quite similar or a little bit different?
I think it's more of a trip. It's like a mixture between the 60s and 90s in a blender.
Yes.
So we kind of say goodbye to the banjo this album because the banjo was a big influence for the first two albums.
Ah, okay. Yes.
And the third album was more I don't know. 60 chords, electric guitars, Rickenbackers, that sort of stuff.
Yes.
We like David Bowie is someone who we haven't mentioned, but like the Beatles, but also David Bowie took an approach where every record is like a new challenge.
Yes.
And that's one of these things that we think is very interesting. So whenever we make a record, we challenge ourselves to make something quite different from the record before that. So the first record was really folky. Second album was inspired also by Ennio Morricone and by country.
Yes.
For this record, yeah, we really moved to do something else again. And
yes.
but I think that the summary is very like 60s and 90s in a blender.
Yes.
With like an update to, I think especially the attitude of that time, combination with criticism on the days that we live in now.
So I believe you guys are a 5-piece band. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're a 5-piece.
And so you've got what? Drums, guitar, bass,
keys,
keyboard.
and 2 guitars.
Two guitars. Okay. So
Yeah.
a nice full sound then.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives us all the opportunity. We used to be 4 piece, and like the Doors, we didn't have a bass player.
Yes.
Which is, you know, it's properly possible. I mean, it's all okay, but
Yes.
once we had a bass player, we're like, oh, we never want to play without a bass player.
If you're playing on a bigger stage, or you're playing on a festival without a bass player,
Yes.
you're just
hard work.
It's very hard work.
It's so tough.
Yes.
And yeah, everyone has worked so hard to hide the fact that you don't have a bass player. So then when we had a bass player, it was like, hallelujah.
Makes a big difference, yes, to the sound.
Makes you feel confident.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you totally. It gives us. It also gives like a wider, broader sort of sound.
Yes.
And then it gives us like more space to do more guitar stuff, which is kind of cool, I think.
Yes. No, it makes sense. Yes. And you guys, in terms of singles on this album, is there a single that's just been released at the moment, or?
Well, the most recent single was the Comedy of Distance. There's more singles coming up because in reality it's like 12 singles.
Okay. Oh, so you're going to release each one?
Yeah, no, yeah, well, like let's exaggerate it, but I mean,
Yes.
we really that was another sort of challenge for this record. I mean, when you look at like records like Rubber Soul, for instance, or Revolver. I mean, you know, those records are singles only, and we wanted to make a record where you would have like where every track could be a potential single.
Yes.
So we're not actually going to release 12 singles, but we could definitely, I think, we'll release 2 or 3 more.
And do you find audiences any different in Amsterdam to here, or quite similar?
In Holland, there's something called a Dutch disease.
Oh, right.
No, it's a crowd. When a crowd goes to a concert,
Right.
they talk a lot, and it's not because they don't like the band,
Okay.
but because they see it as a social gathering. And in
right.
England, people are more inclined to.
Right, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, so you like playing over here, and people are generally quiet during.
I think so.
Or if not, you can make sure you're loud enough to.
Yeah.
So they do.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. That's all sounding very good. So, is this your only gig in London whilst you're here, or have you got another one?
Tomorrow we'll be playing at the Slaughtered Lamb,
Okay. So
and then we're heading over for Chelmsford the day after, on Saturday,
right.
and play at the United Brethren,
so
UB.
So
Yeah.
a couple more dates coming up on the
Yeah.
UK tour. That sounds promising. And then, will you be heading back to the Netherlands at that point, or?
And then we're heading back to the Netherlands, yeah.
Okay, so for a few more gigs over there.
And some shows coming up, yeah.
Over there. Okay.
We invite all the Brits to come over to the Netherlands to come see your shows there as well.
Yeah, well, I think they'd like to come over and see you, certainly.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on Camden Town Radio today, and thank you for coming to Camden Town. And we hope you have a great gig later on.
Thanks for having us.